Honorable Chancellor, Chairman, Vice Chairman, Registrar, my dear colleagues, there cannot be any other moment other than this moment where all of us could join together to enjoy the moment. Moments are very rare, but moments are very precious. Moments can never be invalid, but moments have got to be kept beautiful. If the moments have got to be kept beautiful, you should be more worried about the next moment. In fact, I just tell you one simple example. I was traveling in France in the train. A lady befriended me, and I was observing this lady would always ask, "Can I sit next to you?" I said, "Okay, don't mind." Then she would ask the question, "Can I smoke?" All right, I don't mind. And then after about 15 days, I asked the lady, why ladies smoke a lot in France? In fact, that's a statistics. Men do not smoke so much as ladies would smoke in France. Then I asked this lady, she smiled at me, she told me one small thing, very simple, interesting thing. We are more worried about the next marriage. That is why we are under tension. That is why we smoke. We are more worried about the next marriage. But then, whatever it is, the fun part of it, the philosophy part of it is we are worried about the next marriage. We are tense for the next marriage. Occupying the 75th position is definitely not a joke. It is definitely because of the collective wisdom of all of us. And it is definitely because of every person in this university and the stakeholders who have made it possible. But then, even missing the 75th rank to some again to 80s or 85 will definitely be a very big blow. So first we have got to keep going up. When both the chairman and vice chairman mentioned about non-teaching staff, and an old experience of mine came to my mind. In University of Mysore, computer science department was best known. You can verify it from any record, any NAC report. All NAC reports have made a special mention about computer science department. But then the students in the computer science department were telling that amongst the teachers there are two departments. Amongst the faculty there are two departments, one teaching and another non-teaching. Not in the institution. I'm not referring to the workshop staff or anything. I'm referring to the teaching faculty in the department. Amongst faculty, there are two departments. One teaching department, another is non-teaching teachers. I'm referring this seriously. Non-teaching teachers cannot contribute to the growth of the institution. We don't call you as non-teaching staff. You are teaching support staff. Without you, teaching would be incomplete. Without you, the whole teaching cannot be possible. So the teaching support staff are essentially important, but then the teaching department should have totally teaching and researching department. The other point which I have been making right from day number one I have joined here is that in my institution, ordinary teacher should not teach. It shall be only a researcher who has got to teach in the classroom. A researcher with his research experience should be able to address my students. Only then the originality of teaching gets in, and only then the motivation happens. Only then the inspiration happens. Today in the DDH meeting, Honorable Chairman also mentioned this point that we have got to be close to our students, which today Vice Chairman also has mentioned that counseling is most important. All that you have got to make them feel is you are the most precious element, because The future of India, the future of the whole world will be in your hands. Therefore, you are very important. But then, cajoling them is important, cuddling them is important, but pampering them is unimportant. You should not pamper them, you should cajole them, you should cuddle them. At the same time, all that you have got to do is make them understand how to learn, not prepare for stupid examinations. Examinations are sacredly stupid on this earth, particularly in India, right? They should not prepare for examinations, they should be thorough in learning. So make them feel in all your counseling session, whenever you meet the students, tell them the importance of learning. Tell them the importance of being a original learner. It is not the how much of score they get, but how much of originality they develop. And in the interviews, I always tell them, I know I'm meeting a batch of 20 to 30 students every week, and all students would love to talk to me. And all that I would tell them, in any interview, you should not allow the interviewer to ask any question he likes. You should be so strong that you should be able to pull any interviewer to the area where you are strong. In all my interviews, including the interaction for the vice chancellor position in this university, I never allowed the interviewer to talk to me anything he likes. I wanted the interviewer to talk to me that in the field that I like, I demand. That should be our candidate. The ultimate candidate is that candidate who is able to pull the interviewer to his field where he is strong, and naturally the interviewer will be simply dumbstruck. He cannot do anything. He has got to just accept the superiority of the candidate. That's what you have got to ensure. So, learning, confidence, just the right level of confidence, not overconfidence, humility, humbleness, ethics, values. These are all the concerns in your counseling. Don't ask him during the counseling, how are you studying? Stupid, everybody would study. They have come here only to get the graduation. Will they not know their responsibility? They definitely will be knowing their responsibility. But then everybody has got to speak about learnability, learning abilities. That is all you have got to do. Honorable Chairman was very nice in talking about certain government institutions, but he did not tell that the government institutions themselves have topped all the first 20s also. They are all central government institutions. The institutions which have gone bad are state government funded institutions. The all central government funded institutions have gone high. Why am I telling this? I am telling this because from next year, minimum 20 more institutions of national importance will come into your race. Along with you, minimum 20 more institutions of national importance will get added because they have completed their minimum period already. And minimum 20 more central universities will also come into race. So your job will be pretty difficult, but once you are used to quality, quality remains, quality sustains. I fully agree with Honorable Chairman that it is not an IITN or it is not an NITN who would make a difference, but it is only a committed person who has compassion for learners and who has a passion for research and teaching. I'm very, very confident that the people over here, the teachers over here, they do not make the non-teaching department of a teaching department. They really make researching and a teaching department. And I fully agree that all staff over here are very essential support system for entire teaching and research to be active. Thank you very much and a wonderful evening that you have made this possible, and lot more things which are next in the pipeline should become automatic because the habit of standing high should simply become a habit, right? It is not all that we try to possess, it is a habit. We should stand high, that is all. We don't compromise for anything. We always aim at quality. Please note that the one question I still remember, in my first 1 month, second month when I came over here, why Triple IT Allahabad also is under the same rank group? I told him, we cannot do anything there. We have got all truth is known to the government, and only facts have got to be given. But today, only one point, I shall deviate from there. Only one point I have got to tell. All of you should listen to me carefully. Our system is a hierarchy system, right? Head of the department will be there, the dean will be there, and then, the dean administration would be there, and then, of course, hierarchy system. But in hierarchy system, you should not forget that is the entire team which is responsible. From the starting end up to the final end, it is the entire team. The hierarchy should not imply the weakness or the strength of one single person, who is generally the boss, who is generally the head. The hierarchy should never imply the weakness or the strength of the boss, but it has got to be the collective wisdom of the entire team. Therefore, and chairman has also mentioned this to me, my people here should learn to express, their viewpoint, should learn to express their opinion clearly, so that it is loudly understood by every one of us. I agree with the chairman that it is not NIRF, it is not NBA, it is not NAC, it is not ABET, it is not QGAS, but it is the whole world. We have got to be aware that whatever we do shall be observed by the entire world. Therefore, we have got to be aware that we are being examined every day by the entire world. Number one. Number two, we think silently, but what we think would be loudly read by the people outside. Every thought of us should be read by outside people. You should be aware of that. Therefore, let our thinking always be of high level, so that the visibility that we are at the high level shall be read by all others, and that is what is the perception. Perception is not knowing about our institution. Perception is people speaking high about our institution. Knowing is one part, but it is only very minuscule part. The most important part is they should speak very high of our institution. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.